Welcome back to the Better Lifestyle Podcast. I'm your host, James, and as always, I'm joined by my co host, Anis. Today, we're diving into a topic that's often overlooked, but incredibly powerful: small victories and how they lead to big changes.
That's right, James. A lot of people think that transformation happens overnight, that one big breakthrough will suddenly change their life. But the truth is, real, lasting change happens through small, consistent wins that build up over time.
Exactly. So, in this episode, we're going to break down why small steps matter more than massive leaps, how to recognize and celebrate progress, and how to keep momentum going when you feel like you're not moving fast enough.
And of course, we'll share personal stories, practical exercises, and insights to help you apply this mindset shift to your own life. So if you're feeling stuck or like your progress isn't enough, this episode is for you.
So, let's start with a question. Why do so many people focus on big goals and ignore the small wins along the way?
I think it's because we live in a society that celebrates huge achievements. We see people who lost 50 pounds, built $1 million business, or completely transformed their lives, and we want that instant success. But what we don't see are the small daily habits that got them there.
Exactly. Small wins build confidence, create momentum, and reinforce good habits. It's like compound interest. Tiny, consistent actions add up to massive results over time.
And science backs this up. Studies in psychology show that our brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical, when we achieve small wins. That dopamine boost keeps us motivated to keep going.
Let's talk about micro changes, tiny shifts that lead to major transformations over time.
Absolutely. Here's an example. If you want to become healthier, don't start by overhauling your entire diet and workout routine overnight. Start by drinking 1 extra glass of water a day or taking the stairs instead of the elevator.
Or if you're trying to be more productive, don't aim to write a book in a week. Just start with writing 100 words a day. Over time, that small habit turns into something huge.
The key is consistency. Small, repeatable actions done daily are far more powerful than one-time big efforts.
One of the biggest mistakes people make is not celebrating their progress. If you don't acknowledge your small victories, you'll feel like you're not getting anywhere.
100%. Think about how we celebrate kids when they take their first steps. No one says, "Well, that's nothing, you're not running yet." We celebrate every tiny movement, but as adults, we forget to do this for ourselves.
That's such a great analogy. So, here's what you can do. Every time you make even the smallest progress, acknowledge it. Write it down, share it with a friend, or even just say to yourself, I did that. I'm getting better.
Exactly. And don't wait for a big milestone to celebrate. If you're trying to exercise more and you walked for 5 minutes today instead of sitting on the couch, that's a win. Recognize it.
Okay, so now that we understand the power of small wins, how do we keep that momentum going?
Here are a few key strategies. 1. Keep a success journal.
Every day, write down one thing you did well, even if it's small. Over time, you'll see how much progress you're actually making. 2. Focus on the process, not just the outcome.
Instead of obsessing over the end goal, focus on the daily actions that get you there. If your goal is to lose weight, don't focus on the number on the scale. Focus on drinking water, eating better, and moving more. 3. Set mini goals.
Big goals can be overwhelming, so break them down into smaller, achievable steps. Want to run a marathon? Start by running for 5 minutes a day. 4. Surround yourself with encouragement.
Find people who celebrate your progress. Share your small wins with a friend or join a community that supports your growth.
Let's share some personal experiences. Anise, have you ever had a small change that led to a big result?
Oh, absolutely. A few years ago, I wanted to become more disciplined with my mornings, but waking up early felt impossible. So instead of trying to wake up at 5 a.m. immediately, I just started setting my alarm 5 minutes earlier each day. It seemed small, but within a few weeks, I was naturally waking up an hour earlier and feeling more productive.
That's a perfect example. For me, I used to struggle with reading consistently. I always felt like I didn't have time. Then I told myself, just read one page a day. One page turned into two, then five, then whole chapters. Now I read every day without even thinking about it.
That's the power of small changes. They sneak up on you and completely transform your habits before you even realize it.
All right, here's a challenge for our listeners. Take a few minutes today and think about what's one small change I can start making today? What's a tiny win I've had recently that I haven't celebrated? How can I build momentum by focusing on small, consistent actions?
Whether it's a tiny habit change, a mindset shift, or just recognizing your progress, start today. Small steps lead to big results.
The key takeaway from today? Small wins matter. They build confidence, reinforce habits, and lead to massive transformations over time.
And remember, progress is progress, no matter how small. The fact that you're trying means you're already winning.
If this episode resonated with you, be sure to subscribe to the Better Lifestyle Podcast so you don't miss the rest of this series.
And if you know someone who feels stuck or discouraged, share this episode with them. Let's spread the power of small wins.
Thanks for tuning in. Keep taking those small steps, keep moving forward, and remember, you're on the right path.
Until next time, this is James and Anis signing off. Stay consistent, stay motivated, and keep building your better lifestyle.